This conference will now be recorded.
Go to File, switch workspace, and then Selenium _ Kusum. Right. So I'm giving 1 second the yesterday's points once again, that summary. That Selenium standalone server jar file, which is providing Selenium libraries, right? This Selenium standalone server, it contains so many packages. Next, each package is containing number of classes and interfaces. Number of classes and interfaces. Next, each class just a second, man.
This conference will now be recorded.
See, each class is containing number of methods. Note, in Selenium point of view, we are going to use, or we will use, different methods for different actions for browser automation. Each method is performing a specific task. Okay, so how to use Selenium method? See, to use the Selenium method, we have to use the corresponding class. To use Selenium API or method, we have to use corresponding class. We have to use the corresponding class or interface. Next, how to use the Selenium class, or how to use some third-party class which is provided by some different people. How to use the class? To use the class, we have to create object for the class. We have to create object. Once object is created, then only memory will be allocated. Once object is created, then only memory will be created for that class. Once memory is allocated, then it will be loaded in the RAM and then it will be accessed by that RAM. So without creating the memory for the programming point of view, you cannot access those programs. See, class is just, it defines the behavior and characteristics of the object. So if you want to use that class, you should create an object of the class. So class is a logical entity, whereas object is the physical entity. Yesterday I have given, if you want to define a person, the person, it has a characteristics like name, age, height, weight, color, all these are all the characteristics. And when it comes to like, I mean, behavior, like how he is talking, how he is walking, and how he is running, and whatever he is performing the actions, these are all the behavior. So a class is simply, in programming point of view, it defines the characteristics and behavior of the object, right? So this is a logical entity. Whereas if you take like a object is the physical entity. That means he is physically existing in the world. Let's say Ram, Asham, Geeta, Sudhar, whatever it is. So these are all the physical existing in the earth. So in terms of like, I mean, Java point of view, class is a logical entity, whereas object is the physical entity. So if you want to use a particular class, and if you want to use a particular method, or if you want to use a particular variable of a class, what we need to do is we should create an object of the class. Once you create an object of the class, the memory will be allocated, and once the memory is allocated, then you can access those programs and you can execute the programs, right? Now, what is the syntax of object? Syntax of object. So I mean, how to create object for the class. Class name, some variable name is equal to a new space class name and open bracket and close bracket. Sometimes you are going to follow arguments, parameters. So this is the syntax we are going to use almost more than 95% to work with the Selenium related classes. So the class name space some variable name is equal to new class name and open bracket close bracket. Sometimes we are going to pass arguments or parameters. So this is the syntax we are going to follow. How to create an object of the class. Let's say, take an example of employee. Example wise, employee is the class. So if I want to create an object for the employee class, so I'll create employee Raju is equal to new employee. So here I'm creating an object for the Raju. So whereas class name is employee, variable name is Raju, and new is the keyword which is existing in the Java, which is used to create an object of the class. See, we are using new keyword to create an object of the class. Without using new keyword, we cannot create an object. And see, employee and then open bracket, close bracket. See, right hand side, whatever you are using. So this is actual object. This is actual object. What is this Raju? Raju is a reference pointer, or we can say it's a pointer which points to the actual object. So let me show diagrammatically. Now see, so here Raju, and see, this is employee object. Let's say it contains name, sorry, employee ID, name, date of joining, and field, I mean PF, etc. So inside this object, it contains different kind of fields and methods. Now this is the object. This object is pointing by a reference variable called Raju. See, we are using the statement like this, right? Employee Raju is equal to new employee. See, whenever you try to use this a new employee, the object will be created like this. And this object is holding by the reference variable is called Raju. So what is this Raju? Raju is the object reference variable. It is not an actual object. So everybody is thinking that, like, I mean, Raju is an object. Okay. But actually this is the object. This object is held by the reference variable is called Raju here. Sometimes people are writing like this, employee Raju. So here what everybody is thinking is Raju is an object. You did not create object here. You are just using Raju is the variable type of what employee. But actual object you did not create. When object is going to create, whenever you use new employee, at that time only for the employee object is going to create. So Raju is just a pointer to hold the actual object. Okay. So similarly, you can create another object, employee Ram is equal to new employee. So there is another object which is pointing by Ramu. There is another object you can create which is again pointing by Sudha. So like that, For single class, I can create a number of objects. Okay, so if anybody asks in this syntax which one is actual object, so new along with this employee open bracket and closed bracket, so this is called actual object. So you are going to use new keyword to create an actual object of the class. Raju is a object reference variable which is pointing to the actual object. Okay, now in this case what happened, this Raju, which one it is pointing in the second case? It is not pointing to anything. You just declared it, but you did not create an object. So in this case, Raju is just a dummy variable of type employee. But the above case is the actual object. It is pointing the actual object by reference variable called Raju. Any doubts? Yeah. Srividya, Saira, Rosie.
No.
Right. Okay. Right. So now, so take an examples of Selenium classes. So we have n number of classes for Selenium point of view. So we have classes like Firefox driver, Chrome driver, Internet Explorer driver, Edge driver, Opera driver, etc. Like this, we have so many classes are available in the Selenium. Like this, we have so many classes are available in the Selenium. Now, what I want is, I wanted to create an object of these classes. Now see, Firefox driver, Chrome driver, Internet Explorer driver, Edge driver, Opera driver, all these are all the classes. So if it is class, it is showing with letter C. C means it's a class. C means it is a class. Okay, right. So generally, whenever you are using a class, normally the class starts with capital letter and the remaining letters in the small, and again the another word again starts with capital letter. So that is the coding guidelines we are following while working with Java programming. Okay, so these are all the few examples of Selenium classes. So whenever I try to use a particular method under Firefox driver, so what I need to do, I need to create an object for the Firefox driver. So we should create an object like this, Firefox driver. So driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Similarly, if you want to work with Chrome driver, so create a Chrome driver, driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So that is the syntax we are going to follow to create an object of the class. Okay. See, as part of browser automation, the first step is I want to open the browser. I want to open the browser. As part of browser automation, the first step is open the browser. Okay. As part of browser automation, the first step is open the browser. See, the Selenium guys, to work with Firefox browser, they provided a class called Firefox driver class. So this is for Firefox browser. So if you want to work with Firefox, you have to use Firefox driver class. So this is for Chrome. So this is for IE. So this is for Edge. This is for Opera. We have different kinds of classes are available in the Selenium. For Firefox browser, there is a class called Firefox driver. For Chrome, Chrome driver. Internet Explorer, that is for IE. Edge, Edge driver. So these are all the browsers. For these browsers, these are all the corresponding classes. So programmatically, if you want to use, then I should create an object for these classes. Okay. So now my first step is, okay, what I'll do is, okay, I'll create another new project. Selenium scenarios. I'll create another new project. So let me add the Selenium standalone server, Java build path, add external jar, Selenium. Right. Right. Let me create a new Java file. That means I need to choose the option called class. So here I'm giving the first program is basic commands or basic actions. Basic actions. Okay. So the first step is open Chrome browser. Open Chrome browser. So if I want to open Chrome browser, I should use Chrome driver. So write few characters Chrome and then press Control plus space bar. Now see, it is going to show the list of options. It is going to show the list of options. So Chrome driver. Now see, beside that it is showing as a C. C means what? It's a class. This Chrome driver, where it is implemented? It is implemented org.openqa.selenium.chrome. So this is the package. So this class is implemented under a package called org.openqa.selenium.chrome. So what did I tell you? The Selenium standalone server, it provides so many packages. Each package is containing number of classes and interfaces, and each class containing number of methods. So now what I'm doing, I'm using Chrome driver is the class. This class, where it is present? It is present under this package. So what you need to do is, you need to use this package in the beginning. So what you can do is just click on this Chrome driver. Automatically, this Eclipse is going to take in care for you. In C++, you are using hash include stdio.h. So similarly, in Java point of view, you are using import statement. In Java, you are using import statement. Okay, so this is Eclipse is creating a programmer friendly environment. Now, if you go and expand this, this is Selenium standalone server. Now go there, org.openqa.selenium. See, in the Java, the package name, everything in the small letters. In the Java, the package name, everything in the small letters. Now go here, org.openqa.selenium.chrome. Actually, you need not to know all these things and all, but for your understanding point of view, I'm explaining all these things. org.openqa.selenium.chrome. Just go there. Yeah, see, this is the package name. Under that, there is something like Chrome driver class. Actually, when the people or whoever is implemented this class, it would be like Chrome driver Java, but they provided as a jar file, right? The jar file is executable file. So when it is making as executable file, instead of .java, it will be converted as a .class file. So now it is appearing for us Chrome driver .class. So once it is .class, then only we can use that class. Otherwise, we cannot use that class. Okay. So that jar file internally, it contains all the class files with the .class extension. Don't think that like it would be like with the .java. .java is for development point of view, but while running the program, it would be converted as .class file. Now see, this is the package name. This is the package name. Under that, this is the class. Okay. Okay. So Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So we are creating an object for the class. We are creating an object for the class. Right. Perfect. So conceptually, this is correct. But if you run the program, what you are expecting is Chrome browser should be open. Okay. But if you run this with this statement, you will get some kind of exception. The Selenium people, they did some extra thing along with this statement. So you need to use one more line along with this statement. Conceptually, you have created object for the Chrome driver. That is correct. But if you run this program, run as Java application, you will get some kind of exception. See, remember this point. When you are working with Selenium, if you are getting some problem while running the program, you are going to get some kind of exceptions. In interview point of view, some typical persons, they will ask, what are all the different kind of exceptions you have seen while working with Selenium? So what is the exception? At what point you are getting that exception? Like that, some of the people, they may ask. The first basic fundamental what you have to know is during program execution, if something is breaking in the code, you are going to get some kind of exception. Now here also you are getting some exception. What is that? Illegal state exception. And for that, this is the description. The path to the driver executable must set by the webdriver.chrome.driver system property. Like that, it is giving the information. Now see, what you need to do is, when you want to open the Chrome browser, you need to use something like chrome driver.exe file. Like that you have to use another file. See, whatever you are writing this script is a internally it talks to the chrome driver.exe file. This chrome driver.exe file is provided by that Selenium peoples. That chrome driver.exe file internally it talks to the actual browser. Directly this statement it will not talk to the actual browser. There is another layer in between this script and your actual browser. So what we need to do is, you need to use that chrome driver.exe file to talk to actual browser. Okay, so from where I should download this chrome driver.exe? So go to this official website. So seleniumhq.org, go to downloads, and click on browsers and Chrome. See, the Chrome driver is supported by the Chromium project. So for the Chrome, we have to use this Chrome driver. This is implemented by, it's supported by, there is a project called Chromium project. And please refer to their documentation for compatible information. Okay. So you need to download this Chrome driver according to your browser. So mine is, I think, 79 according to my browser version. So just go there and go to help, about Google Chrome. Yeah, so mine is a 79 version. So according to that, I'm going to download this Chrome driver 79. See, it contains different kind of zip file according to the operating system. So mine is Windows, so it is showing as Win32. So this is applicable for both 32 and 64-bit. So download it. Here, what I'll do is, this is your workspace. Under that, there is a lib folder I'm keeping here. Okay, so I need to extract it. I need to unzip it. Okay, you need to unzip it. Go there. Now see, this is chrome driver.exe file. So this is the file you need to use in your script to launch the browser. In Selenium, for each and every browser, they provided one separate driver.exe files. Those things and all we need to use before trying to open the browser. For Chrome browser, we need to use chrome driver.exe file. right. So this is the path. I need to use it. Now the question is how to use this exe file. So to use this, what you need to do is you need to write system dot set property. You need to write system dot set property. You need to use system dot set property and see again system is it's a C, it's a class. System is the class. Under that set property is the method. If you want to access a particular method, we should create an object. So that is what we have learned. There are certain methods are there. Those methods you can directly access with the class name. So such type of methods are called static methods. Such type of methods are called static methods. See, that's why, see, you are seeing like S symbol on top of that. S means static. S means static. So what is the difference between static and non-static? That you will see in the coming sections. Okay. So if you want to access static methods, you need to call with class name. Remember that point. Okay. Now in this case, system is the class, under that set property is the method, and it is asking key and value. We need to provide the key and value. What is the key? WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. So this is the key. So everything in the small letters. Don't mention any letter is with upper letter. So everything in the small. WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. This is the key, and then value is whatever you are using, that Chrome driver dot exe. So this is the path of this Chrome driver dot exe. So here, so where it is present? It is present as the Selenium Kusuma lib. Under that, this Chrome driver dot exe file we are using it, and put a semicolon. Put a semicolon. Right. See, while specifying the path in the Java, instead of single slash, you have to use double slash like this. While specifying the path in the Java, you have to use, instead of single slash, you have to use double slash. Suppose if you are using single slash, you are getting compilation issue. You are getting compilation issue. Now see, invalid escape sequence character like this. So like that, you are getting the error message. So to represent the path in the Java, instead of single, you have to use double like this. Okay. So you have to use this statement before creation of object. Okay. So Chrome driver is the class. For that, you are creating an object, and before that, you need to write system.setProperty, and here you need to mention WebDriver.Chrome.driver as the key, and then you need to point out the Chrome driver.exe file. Now just go and run the program. Run as Java application. Now see, the browser is opened. So in the Selenium automation, the first step is open the browser. See, every time it always opens the fresh browser. It will not run the test cases on the existing or open browser. As per Selenium WebDriver architecture, if you run 5 times it is open the fresh browser, and in that it is going to run. It will not run on the existing or open browser. Okay. Yeah. Any doubts?
No, no doubts.
No, sir.
Okay. So the first step is open the browser. Okay. And how to open the application. Now the browser is open. The second step is I want to open the application. So if you want to open the application, we are going to use a method called get method. We are going to use a method called get method. So if I want to use that get method, I should create an object of the class. Which class? Now here we are working with the Chrome driver. So Chrome driver object we created. So how to access that method? Open the application. Open the application. So already object is created. So using this object reference variable driver dot, there is a method called get. Now see, get what it is asking? It is asking URL in the form of string. String means we need to put it in the double quotes. Whatever we are providing the URL, that we need to put it in the double quotes. And see here, you need to provide like this: http google.com. And while specifying the URL, the protocol is compulsory: http or https. These things and all is compulsory: http or https. Without specifying the protocol, if you just like that, if you provide like www.google.com, you will get again some kind of exception. Okay, you will see run as Java application. Now see, application is opened. Assuming that you did not specify the protocol www.google.com, like that you provided the URL. See, where is the mistake? This is your program, basic comments.java. Line number 12, you are getting. What is that? Invalid argument exception. So whatever you are providing the method, for that method, whatever you are providing inside, that is invalid argument. So that is the description you are getting. Now see, here the protocol is compulsory: HTTP or HTTPS. And always it opens a fresh browser. And if you want to close the application, then there is a method called close, driver.close. So this close method is also available in the Chrome driver class. So close means it is closing the application. If you want to use this method, we have to create an object. Already we created an object, so that's why I am accessing with this driver.close. Run as Java application. Run as Java application. Now see, application open and then close immediately. The Selenium scripts are executing very fast. Okay. We'll see other topic. So we'll be continuing the next class. Now see, without creating an object, now see, you can't access this method, get or close or whatever it is. The Selenium related methods, if you want to use it, you can't access it. Why? If you want to use it, you should create an object. So now here in this case, you did not create object, so you cannot access. That's why you are getting compilation issues. So now here you are trying to write driver.get. So what it is saying? Driver cannot be resolved. So that means, what is this driver? I'm not able to understand. That is the meaning of this statement. Okay. So if you want to access these methods, you should create an object for these classes. So whatever the class you are trying to use, first you should create an object. Under that, you can access those methods. So now we just open the browser, we open the application and close the browser. We'll continue in the next class. Yeah, any doubt?
No. No doubts.
Yeah, Rosie, Sudha,
No, sir.
No doubt.
thank you.
Thank
So
you.
we'll meet on your